Welcome. You're here with Run With It for the Art Can Change the World series. It's where we interview artists and artist industry professionals about how art can actually change the world. And today we are here at the SIR building in Nashville with Tom Jackson. And so we're just going to get rolling with it. Tom, would you mind just explaining to folks what is it that you do in the arts world?
I work with artists on their live show. I get them ready for tour, showcases, or help develop them as artists on stage. My whole theory is the music industry really has dropped the ball when it comes to live shows. It's been run for years by execs who have made money off sales and publishing and all that. And the artists used to, then they just kind of like, okay, now you go out and tour to sell the record or that kind of thing. Well, now it's all switching around. Now you make a record to sell your tour. And so I just help artists with what they do on stage. My whole MO is create moments instead of play songs.
That's awesome. The moments we actually just got to see you do this with some other artists, and is awesome. We're learning a ton. Can't wait to start putting an application.
Awesome.
And the next thing, again, with this idea that art can change the world, how has art or music impacted you personally?
Wow. I mean, no, seriously, that's a lifetime. Music, I mean, quite honestly, music, I could be feeling like just crap. And I'll put on some music, start coming to life, makes me think, and inspires me, motivates me. Here's the beautiful part. I've been doing music for 30 some years, and to this day I still love it.
That's awesome.
Because of the way it makes me feel, the way it makes me think. There's nothing that inspires me other than my faith than music.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, how have you seen art or music impact someone else?
I've seen it change hundreds of thousands of lives. You know, people, gosh, because I've been fortunate enough to work with literally hundreds of acts over the years. Everything, I don't know if you could say every genre because there's so many genres, subgenre.
Dubstep, EDM,
yeah, exactly. Swiss dub with a Batman twist or whatever. But the point is, I've seen it just change lives where, I mean, story after story after story, you know. I was thinking of committing suicide. I mean, we're talking serious stuff. Mm-hmm. And then I heard your song and it inspired me. Your song spoke to me, and, you know, this happened. I felt, you know, I could go get this job, a silly thing like that. It brings people together, one common bond. I mean, I think that's why festivals are so successful right now too, is because, you know, there's without getting goofy, there's like a kumbaya moment at these things. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and people experience this thing together. I was just in Australia at the WOMAD festival, which is Peter Gabriel's festival. He started in South Africa, and they moved it to Adelaide, Australia, and seriously, one of the most magical nights of my life, watching virtually every kind of music known to man. You know, blues, country, hip hop, you name it. I have to admit, there was one was called Tibetan Throat Singers.
Tibetan Throat Singers.
And you can YouTube it, but don't. No, seriously.
We'll have to right after.
Seriously, it didn't feel right. It didn't feel right. It's like one of those, I think I'll pass on this, you know. But no, it brings people together. For me, it inspires me. As I said in the conference, I mean, on the way here, my wife knows the drill. You know, for 30 years, I put in one song that takes me through almost every emotion I know.
And you talk about that in the session.
Yeah, and it gets me, almost like clears that place out. You know, it bring me to a place sometimes where I'll weep, sometimes I'll just be singing at the top of my lungs. I'm playing drums, I'm excited. It just takes me through the whole emotional thing, and it helps me stay, honestly, healthy emotionally.
That's awesome.
And I've seen it help literally thousands. I work and have worked at times in the contemporary Christian music thing for years. There's one tour called Winter Jam, and literally, literally hundreds of thousands of lives changed. And as I mentioned in my workshop today, what I love about music too is it brings people together, and I work with some charities, and the artists subscribe to them or work with them, and we've literally changed millions of kids' lives by people in the audience, looking at the cause and going, yeah, I want to be a part of that. And literally over a million kids and their families.
Right. And that's something that stuck out to us as we learned more about your company. What's the actual name of the company?
Tom Jackson Productions.
Jackson Productions.
And the artist support thing is Live Music Gives.
Yeah, because here you are, you're working with these huge A-list artists, but then you've created a platform that helps bands who are just starting out even.
Yep.
But in the midst of that, here's this piece where you're making it tangible, a real tangible piece of changing the world. So I think that's amazing.
Well, to me, and I said this in there, I worked with, it doesn't get a lot bigger than Taylor Swift.
Yeah, she's kind of a big deal.
Yeah, a few people know her, and like I said, I've been to the top of the mountain, and sweetheart and all the above, but there's nothing there. Everyone's trying to climb to get up there and then you realize, okay, that's it. And so it really struck me that, you know what, I'm going to go down where the people are, and if I can help them get some food, clothing, water, because I'm frustrated with our politics. I'm frustrated with the whole system. That, so much money is wasted, and so if we can, as silly as it is, make a difference one kid at a time. But one kid at a time, 23 years ago, is now well over 1 million.
Wow.
So what do you say about that? And I know those lives have been changed, and not just those guys. The artists' lives have been changed, and the people helping those children with sponsorship. They're teaching their kids about the world's not a Toys R Us world. There's people that have nothing. They're eating grass. They have no place to go to the restroom. That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So it's made a huge difference, and music is a vehicle to do it. Plus, the music itself is inspiring.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for investing in artists, but using that platform to actually change the world. So I appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out with us.
I'm grateful. I'm grateful to be a part of it.